Hi everyone, welcome to episode 8 of Love, Try, Avoid. With me, Tom and Shelley. We're the co-founders of tech startup Jiminny, where we take a business subject and we talk about something that's going on in our business that we love, try and avoid. So this week we are talking about call coaching, something close to your heart.
My heart.
Everyone's heart. I'm going to put you in the hot seat this week, Shelley.
Are you?
Yeah, because you are the coaching pro. So first of all,
Yes.
what do you love about what we do with call coaching?
I wanted to share, from a love perspective, I wanted to share 3 questions that you might not be using or to think about using in your call coaching, your reps. So the first is, think about using questions that help the rep review their performance through the eyes of the customer. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say it is because when reps are listening back to their own calls, it's so easy just to hear their own voice and what they did and focus on themselves. And we really want to get them to build that empathy and help them see it through what happened, what was the experience that they delivered for the buyer. So questions like, Tom, talk to me about how the buyer responded when you delivered the pricing, or talk to me about what took the buyer from, they were interested to, they seem really excited. Questions like that open up their mind about their experience. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. The second thing is asking coaching questions that get the rep to compare their performance from the one you're reviewing to one in the past. And I find that works really well where people have struggled. So let's say you really struggled to build a connection with someone or to deliver a part of the product. One question you might ask is something like, can you give me an example of where you felt like you did that really well recently? Great, you've got a good example of that. Well, what was the difference? Let's explore the difference between when you did it really well and this call, and what was changing? What's the different factors involved, and can you sort of underpin something that made the difference?
Number 3.
And the third thing is asking questions like, not just what did you do well, but what are you going to repeat? Mm-hmm. That's the thing. It's not just about what you thought you did a good job of, but what now is going to become part of your playbook.
Yeah, what's in your playbook? What's your go-to each time?
Yeah, and it's personal. I think people have got to build their own style and their own way of doing things. So I love those types of coaching questions.
That's great. So what are we going to try that we haven't been doing when it comes to call coaching?
So you and I spoke last week about trying the next few team coaching sessions, focusing on the relationship, trust building, rapport building, whatever you want to call it. Basically the start of the call. Mm-hmm. And just think to yourself about how often you will coach a sales call and you'll just skip past the first 5-10 minutes or the small talk bit. And then also ask yourself how important that part of the call is to the success of that becoming an opportunity and even a deal.
It makes or breaks it.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
That's very firm.
Well, it does. It's all about building relationships, especially in B2B. So, no one's going to buy off you if they don't trust you.
And that's where it happens, or certainly where it starts. So we're going to focus our next few team coaching sessions just on that beginning part. How are people showing up? How they're making eye contact? What's their body language like? What do they know about them? How are they building that connection? Just to see what we learn from that, so we can maybe report back on that in another episode.
Cool. And lastly, what would you recommend to avoid when it comes to call coaching?
Avoid your reps leaving with a laundry list of things that they need to work on. As tempting as that might feel when you're listening to a call and you're thinking, oh shit, this. You've got to really focus someone on something that they need to work on. This is a confidence building exercise. You don't want them leaving call coaching going, oh my God, I'm rubbish. I can't do all of these things. Focus them on something that they can work on. And make sure that you share really good stuff with them too. It's a moment for recognition. It's a moment for making them feel great. So that would be what I would advise avoiding.
I think people forget that it's not just about, where can I improve? The natural thing is to go to the negative.
Yes.
Whereas actually, if you're looking at it like in sport, like in golf or tennis or football, you'd be reinforcing the positive all the time of what you did great in that session,
exactly.
in that group constantly. And I think sometimes that's missed for sure.
Not
Awesome.
anymore, not once you've watched this.
So 3 pro coaching tips from Shelley. Stuff to love, stuff to avoid. We'd love to hear your feedback and comments, guys. Please leave them below, and we'll see you next week.
Bye
Bye guys.